Hi, this is Jeannie, and this is Jeannie Goes to the Movies, and this is my spoiler review of Spider-Man No Way Home. So I was contemplating whether I was gonna go tonight, which was the advanced screening of Spider-Man, which is a day ahead, or to watch it tomorrow on the regular screening. But then, so I was dilly-dallying, and at the last minute, I decided I was already in my jammies, like pajamas and stuff. I was getting ready to sleep, and then I said, you know what? Let's see if there's still seats available. And the theater is not so far away. It's just like 10 minutes from where I live. So I went on the net, and then I saw like I was really shocked. Most of the seats were gone already, actually, and then I found like less than 5 seats. There were less than 5 seats left for the 8:10 screening, 8 o'clock screening, and I said, you know what? I'm going to take this chance. I'm not going to wait for anyone, because I was going to go with someone, and I'm like, who cares? I'm going to watch it tonight. And I really do not regret watching it tonight, like ahead of everybody. I'm really pretty bummed out that there was no like advanced screening, which usually I think they had it for Shang-Chi and other movies as well, but this one didn't have an advanced screening, and I can see why. And if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home yet, do not watch this video, because it's going to spoil it for you. I'm just going to say it outright right now. The leaks were true. Sadly, I feel kind of disappointed that there was my YouTube had feeds, and then it just kept feeding me with the leaks and stuff. And you know how curious I am. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to watch these videos and see if it's legit, and it actually is legit. So the leaks they were talking about were actually leaks, and it's such a disservice to the fans, actually, because if unless you really do not watch or do not go to the internet at all, you will find no spoilers. But it's been like dripping, like dropping, like it's like a drip of spoilers over the last 6 months. And it's like there was a leak like several months ago that with a photo of the second Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, and then it wasn't really confirmed though if Tobey Maguire was going to be in it, but I'm just going to say it. He's going to be in it. And then that for me was the surprise, because I knew for sure, based on the leaks that have been going on, that Andrew Garfield was going to be in it. And but I was surprised. I was like, no way they're going to get Tobey Maguire to sign up for Spider-Man 2, for this Spider-Man. And I said, that's just no way. And then boom, he appears out of nowhere, and that was for me very it was a surprise, and I was glad that wasn't spoiled. They just let it leak that Andrew Garfield was going to be in it, but there was no actual leak that Tobey Maguire was going to be in it. So I was really glad that, and I was surprised, and I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna show Toby, right? But when he appeared, I was like, oh my God, yeah, this is really happening. And to the fans of the original Spider-Man, I've been a fan of the comic books. I've read comic books when I was younger, but most especially, I've been a fan of the superhero films. It didn't matter if it was Spider-Man, the DC Universe, or Marvel. Even when Marvel was crappy, the Punisher days, Electra days, Daredevil days, the older movies when they were still sucky. I was still watching them, but I think what really turned the tides for the Marvel movies was Spider-Man. So when Spider-Man came out in 2003, it was legitimately like it broke records. It was the first superhero film, the first movie actually that broke like 100 million in like just several days, and then it just kept breaking the barriers, breaking the glass ceiling, and then it paved the way for all of the superhero films right now, especially for the Marvel. So the Avengers, there would never be any Avengers and other iterations of Spider-Man without the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That really was that like turning point for the films. And also Stan Lee was in it, the original creator. So it was just I'm just really genuinely stoked, really happy that they brought all three Spider-Man together. And it is unimaginable that they were able to do that. And it's just to see all three Spider-Man working together and like they're in one film, that for me is a miracle in itself. I would have been happy if they have gotten just Andrew Garfield in it, because I know that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, that they said that was the worst of all the Spider-Man flicks, but I beg to disagree. He was actually a really good actor, and I really loved that universe as well, that Marvel like Spider-Man universe as well. So I was genuinely stoked when I saw him, and of course I knew he was going to pop up because over the months there were already leaks that he was going to be in it. But the genuine surprise was seeing Tobey Maguire, and I was so happy. I was stoked, and I was like almost teary-eyed because just seeing the original Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, and he's such a darling in this movie, in the scenes that he's in. He is just a darling, and with his blue eyes, and like he hasn't lost a touch, and the emotions are all there. Of course he looks older, but you know what, he didn't really age that much actually. He's just like, oh, okay, that's still Tobey Maguire. Maybe that he had like shorter hair, but it's still him. He still looks youthful. He still has the puppy eyes. Like, he's still very cute, and I'm really glad that he's in it. But this Spider-Man version of him has more of a sense of humor, and I think all of them actually do. I think especially Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, he has like a sense of humor, and I just really like it. And the thing is, in this film, they actually mention, I think the Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, like he's saying like, oh, I'm the worst one of all of you. I think he's actually sort of implying that he wasn't the most successful Spider-Man, and then like the Tom Holland Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man telling him like, hey, you're amazing and stuff like that. So they're actually like hinting at real life too. Like we all know that the Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man version was the least successful of all. We all know that, but it's still like I still love Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I love all of them actually. I really do not have any favorites because I'm just a fan of Spider-Man, whether he be Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland. But of course, I always will hold a special place in my heart for Tobey Maguire. So Bacon he is always in the videos for some reason. He always like wants to be in here. So Bacon, do you want to come? Come on, Bubba. Okay. So this is the original Bacon from this universe. So I'm sure there's other Bacons in the planet here, but this is my Bacon. Yeah, so he wants to join. Yeah, and I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna watch this movie over and over and over and over again. You know, it has huge replay value because there's a lot of things going on, and everything's so fast paced that you don't really pick up all the jokes and the in jokes and like the like commenting about like the franchise. Like there's a lot of in jokes here, and the villains are spectacular. I think the Green Goblin is amazing. He's still like the crazy Green Goblin from the original film, and he hasn't lost his touch. And it's actually amazing that these people haven't aged that much. Like, I'm sure the original Batman was out, no, not Batman, Spider-Man was out 20 years ago. Yeah, I think it was out 20 years ago, but they still haven't, like, by next year, it actually will be 20 years. But they still have not really aged that much, which is amazing, and they still are very good actors, like Alfred Molina. He still plays Doc Ock, the special Doc Ock, the best Doc Ock that we saw in the original film. He still plays that. He still hasn't lost his touch. And the Green Goblin is just so scary here, very, very scary still. Actually, even scarier here because it's like he turns, and then my Electro actually was my least favorite villain from all the Spider-Man flicks, but in this version of Electro, I really like. He has a sense of humor, and he is just his character is more like well thought of, and I don't know. I really enjoyed everything from the film, including Doctor Strange. Of course, Doctor Strange is one of my favorite characters from the Avengers, and I don't know. He's very close to my heart too because he's like in the mystic arts, and I relate to that. And I don't know. He's just my favorite, Benedict Cumberbatch, and he is in this movie. And he plays a central role, and I don't know how the director made it work because there's so many moving parts to this film. I'm really just amazed actually how he was able to make this work, because there's like literally different characters, just the action. It's like action. I can't explain it, but it's just massive action and special effects, and like you're dealing with several really talented actors, and most of them are Oscar award nominees. Actually, if you think about it, all two of the Spider-Man had Oscar nominations. I think Tom Holland doesn't have one yet. But I'm pretty sure he will have soon. But the villains as well, they have Oscar nominations, and I think one of them even won an Oscar. So how do you even, as a director, how do you even play with all of that, and it just works. This film really just works, and I'm gonna watch it again maybe over the weekend. And I was actually surprised, even when we're still essentially in the pandemic, but it's really nice to see, because I'm such a huge fan of movies, and I watch movies in movie theaters. I'm that type of movie geek and stuff. I really support the movie industry. I was just surprised that the movie theater And I have been going to the movie theater since it opened this year, early this year. And I have been going to the movie theater, and I was feeling sad for, like, there's been a lot of blank seats. It's like not as crowded as it used to be before. But now seeing that people came out to watch this film, and I'm telling you that it was full. Like, I did not see an empty seat, like, because um, when I bought the tickets, there were just a few seats left, and to see that, it brings hope and it brings joy as a moviegoer, that maybe soon we're gonna go back to normal, and we're gonna enjoy movies again, because I love streaming, but there's just nothing like sitting down and hearing people applaud, and just hearing, like, Bacon wants to be, you want to be here in the, yeah, he wants to be, you want to be a host, Baba? He has nothing to say right now. I think dogs are not allowed in the theater yet, but if they are, I'm sure he's going to be a fan of Spider-Man. Do you love Spider-Man, Baba? Yeah, that's his. I think Tobey Maguire is your favorite Spider-Man, right? Yep. So anyway, he plays one of the guards from the Squid Games. See? So, yeah, I'm really glad that the theater was packed today, because I used to belong to a huge movie group in New York, and that was like several years ago. But that was the best movie group ever. We went to Times Square, usually around New York. It was amazing. We went as a group, dinner and movies, and just during the pandemic, it's been bad for movies and for everything in general. And then to see the movie theaters packed, and then the audience so excited, and you can see, you can hear applause, and you can hear, like, laughter. There's just nothing like it, There's nothing like being in a movie theater, and it becomes part of your memory, and it's etched in there, whereas as opposed to streaming, streaming is like mindless fun, but still, going to the movie theaters. And I'm gonna watch this movie maybe 2 or 3 more times, and if you are a fan of Spider-Man, any Spider-Man, I'm sure you're going to watch this. You're not even you're just going to listen to this because you enjoy listening to reviews and stuff, but I'm pretty sure you're already going to watch it, or you're going to watch it, or you already have watched it for sure. And yeah, so I really enjoyed it, and I would watch it again and again and again, and I'm going to buy the film because, how rare is that for the other actors from the other films to be in the same movie together and to play the same character? So that is very, very rare. And I'm so glad they came up with the multiverse scenario, because that is legitimately, it rocks. And this movie is lit. I like it. And thank you very much for watching, and I will be posting other reviews as well of movies, and hopefully we'll have more movie in theater movie experiences. Thank you very much.